We're back and you're talking to Mr. Legendary. Love it when we can do that. I love it. Today, as you can see in the caption, I just want to know, is $40K a year enough? Is that too much, too little? Well, we actually got a couple females that decided they wanted to talk to me about this, and they wanted to give their opinion on a man coming to the table only being able to make $40,000 a year. Let's start off by going to a comment that I posted in a previous video of mine, and we're gonna pull that up now. Comment was made by YouTuber All Things Not a Gene. Has a YouTube channel. I'm not gonna say go check it out, but feel free to. I'm never gonna stop anybody from doing what they want to do. But anyways, the section of the comment we want to focus on is the part where she says, "We don't want to be in poverty." Kevin Samuels promotes settling for $40K a year from a man. It gets even better. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I still have to make my own money. Insane. This lady, who I don't know how old she is basically mixing up Kevin Samuels' words, trying to say that he promotes females settling for a man making $40K a year. $40K a year equates to roughly, I believe, $20.20 an hour. And we have females today saying that they're settling for a man that makes $20 an hour. In states like New York, California, I get it. Cost of living damn near triple what it is here in little Cleveland, Ohio. But here in Cleveland, Ohio, you get up to $20 an hour, you doing something. And there's females that literally are telling men that until you go above that, until you get up to the $40 an hour range, until you get up to about $80,000, you cannot even speak to me. Now, before we get too deep into that, let's go to Kevin Samuels and let's just listen to one of the videos where he gave female advice on telling her that she should consider being with an average man. And let's go ahead and bring that up now. So this video, for all who haven't watched this video, which went crazy viral and is up to 1.5 million views on YouTube. This video went viral on World Star. Kevin Samuels basically got the popularity that he has based on the fact that he told a woman you're average at best and that you need to lower your standards. And it took the world by storm because in today's society, we rarely hear black females, specifically black females, get told that you should lower your standards and you're not as much as you think you are. So we're going to go ahead and start playing this video so that we can discuss it.
Okay, and how long have you owned your own business?
9 years.
And how long have you been making six figures or more?
On the last 3.
Okay, why do you need a man making six figures?
Let me give a little background because I'm not going to play the entire video. The entire video I will post down below. It's about 22 minutes and it goes through not even the entirety of his show. He did a live stream that was about almost 3 hours long, and she called in during the live stream. That can also be found on his channel, but I'm just going to link down below to the edited one, which was 23 minutes. This female is 35 years old. She has a 13-year-old son, and she has her own business. She's going to get into that now, but I had to get a background. She's 35, 13-year-old son?
Because I'm finding out that the guys that I date, it's not working out.
What does that have to do with money?
Because I feel like I need a guy that I can respect and admire, and I'm ambition, and I want a guy that has that drive too. And when he doesn't, I find myself, encouraging like.
Keep in mind that she said she needs a guy that she can love, admire, and respect. And she equated that to money. She said this because a lot of people got on him for trying to tell him, like, why would you talk to her like that? And why would he rate her like this? And why would he give her the feedback? He only gave feedback based off of what she said and what she brought to him. Let's let that keep playing.
Hey, babe, you can do this and you can do that. And then,
all right, so in North Carolina, what percentage of the population, what percentage of men in this country make 6 figures or more?
I think it's like 5%. I'm not
closer to 10. So
okay.
Why did he ask that? He's trying to let a lot of females think that when he gives these numbers, he's attacking. And what he's doing is letting you all know off rip, you've already narrowed your choices down to 10%. You've automatically told 90% of men I cannot date you. You are not on my level. I will not even give you a chance. And he has to put that in perspective because a lot of females don't realize what they're saying by saying, I need a man making over 100K if only 10% of men are doing that. Let's let this play.
Oh, 10%. All right. So the question is, what do those men who make that kind of money, who all women tend to want, what do they want?
I feel like they want arm candy, somebody who can have more to bring to the table than just looks, but also bring balance to their life. I feel like I can help them out on
Okay, slow down. I'm not understanding. You said they want arm candy, then you contradicted yourself. You want what they want?
That's all the video we're going to play today. I'm going to link it down below. I'm going to let y'all know again. Go ahead to Kevin Samuel's channel. Subscribe. Watch the video. Watch all the videos. He has outstanding content and does an awesome job speaking live to females that call into his show. But the purpose of me showing that clip was to show why he said the things that he said. Because the comments that are coming next are going to try to contradict the things that he says to females and are going to try to make people believe that he tells females to settle for 40K a year. Let's go ahead and start bringing some of that up. So we got all that out the way to come to the creme de la creme. I know y'all love when I say that. Copyrighted. It's marketed. If you use it, you owe me a nickel. So we're coming to a comment from someone who watches my channel. And I kind of had, the reason I had to bring up the average at best videos because I felt like I was having a similar conversation that Kevin Samuels had with the young lady that I had in my comments with this lady. I'm not going to post the name because that doesn't matter, but I really needed to get some of this wording out, and I actually contacted her. I let her know I was doing a show. I said, don't worry about it, baby, you got your show, because the way you talking, I have to put this out there, and I have to let this be seen because this is what I normally get. This is the talk that I normally get. This is the feedback that I usually get. This is usually how the people that have a problem with the things that I say, this is usually the things that they say to me. So let's go ahead and pull this up now. And it states, Larry Legend, angels don't live in hell. I don't remember what exactly I said, but it's totally irrelevant to what she says. Angels don't live in hell. Women are not wired to be feminine in a state of fear and war. I'm pretty sure I was stating what men actually want, what type of things we want. But she said they're not wired to be feminine in a state of fear and war. Men are asking for unnatural outcomes to expect women to accept a family to survive on $40K a year. Hell, if my salary was that just for me, I know I'm chin deep in the struggle and something is offline hell. Women are tired and frustrated, telling them to just accept whatever isn't going to change anything. Men want feminine women. Men must create that environment conducive for them. There is no middle ground there. When women try to be the come up women, they get burned every time. Why? Men are wired to want a woman that they don't need, let alone depend on. Those who are comfortable with that are, as they say, buck broken, just the way things are. Background into her. This female is 39. She has 2 kids. And I even had to go so far as to ask her, how much money do you make a year? And to sum it up, she has multiple streams of income. She's at $60K a year. Let's go back and pull up that comment. Angels don't live in hand water, blah, 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 blah. Men are asking for unnatural outcomes to expect women to accept a family to survive on $40K a year. Stop. And this is where the arguments start to get weird, because these females try to beat around the bush when it comes to certain things that I say, and especially they twist up Kevin Samuel words. What she's again trying to make you to believe is that Kevin Samuel said that he expects the entire family to survive off of $40K a year. That woman who he was talking to in the video, which is most women who says that they don't want to accept $40K a year, already have their own money. That woman said that she's already over 6 figures with her pet grooming business. And what he said was, why don't you just open up? Open up your standards just a little bit. Make that number of men that are potentially suitors for you a little bigger. Because if you're going just based off of money, it's not. If she makes, let me make this as simple as possible. If she already makes $100K a year and she's sustaining herself and her 13-year-old kid off of that $100K a year, but you're lonely, you don't have a man, you don't have the protection of a man, you don't have the jobs that a man usually does around the household, so you're doing all this by yourself. You got to take out the garbage. You're going to have to call a repairman to fix stuff. You got to get somebody to do your yard work. You're going to have to fill in all the things that a man does, all while still taking care of you and your son off of that $100K that you bring to the table. And what he says is, you can lower your standards, continue making your $100K, get a man around $40K. It don't even have to be 40. It could have been 50. That lady wouldn't even go no lower than 6. So she's not willing to take 90, 80, 70, 60 when the average man in this country makes $40K. She's already chopped off the average man in the company and said, no mas, you can't make it. So what he says is, listen, if you already making $100K and you're living off of that, you already making it work off of that 100 without a man, and a man comes and he's making $40K, instead of having that one-track mindset where, nope, his $40K can't take care of both of us, why don't we just have a relationship and make the shit work together? Why can't we pull your $100K and his $40K, make $140K, and have all 3 of us living comfortably? And I don't know why it's so hard for women over 30 to understand what he's saying and to try to twist these words to make it like he's saying something. He's trying to force them to struggle. Nobody ever, even when I spoke to her, I said, nobody's telling you to take a man at $40K and stop working. See, but what's happening here is people start showing their true colors and they don't actually state what they want. In all of my consultations, I always ask everybody first, what do you want? And majority of the women that I consult, majority of the people that I consult, they give me these answers. And a lot of them are not truthful, and it takes time to talk and fill them out. But a lot of them are not truthful with the first thing that they say because they're looking for the politically correct answer. What she did here in this comment was show her true colors, because she said that Kevin Samuels is telling women to survive for 40K alone. He never said that. He never told her to stop working, get that man with 40K, and y'all just live off his 40K. He said, why don't you take your 100K? Why don't you take his 40K? Get 140K and make it work. But what she doing is showing she doesn't want to work. She wants to live up under a man, which is why she got her standards that high. She just not saying it in the comments. And this is why we had these problems, because a lot of people aren't saying exactly what they want. But let's go back, because I don't want to keep monologuing too long. Let's get back into it. She said, hell, if my salary was that just for me, I know I'm chin deep in the struggle. This lady makes $60K a year with 2 kids. Now, at this point, I had asked her this. She hadn't said that yet. But again, these comments, man, oh my God. Women are tired and frustrated. Telling them to just accept whatever isn't going to change anything. I don't even want to read no more of this comment, because she just kept talking. And now that I actually know the real, the comment just irks me even more reading back on it. Because lady, you acted, the way she made it sound like she was already over 100K when I first was reading this. And I hadn't read it again since then. I try to give y'all a little bit of like a live synopsis of now that I got the information. Now I'm rereading it here with y'all, and this doesn't make sense at all. Lady, you at 60 and you acting like 40K would just be, oh my God, I can't do that. You at 60 with 2 kids. So even if I said this to her, especially once I found out she was at 60 with 2 kids. I said, you at 60 with 2 kids. So if you took 40 from that man, and instead of trying to make it like it's some type of separate line, you actually build a relationship with that man with the 40K, and now y'all got 100K. Up under one household, y'all making 100K work where you was making it work with 60. Now you got 100. Now you can split those bills down the middle. It's not like she's a millionaire and has to lower her standards down to get with a 40K. No, she's at 60 and he's at 40. And she's saying she couldn't do a man with 40. Listen to this. You're not living above your means at that price. Let's go on to the next comment. I'm like, woo. Jesus. All right. Let's bring this up. This is where I was speaking to her, and I told her she was letting her emotions speak because it was getting too pejorative, and it was saying some things that I didn't believe she really meant. Let's pull that up now. Mary Legend. I have emotions. I'm not speaking from them right now. Truthfully, nobody has to say it. 80% of women, average people, she believes 80% of women are average. Despite needing more than 40K to take care of a family, have to accept that 40K median no matter how they look or their personal circumstances. I run into nice men with 40K a year type all the time, but that's not a good thing. While white women who don't deserve more or need more to live have an average pool of white men making more. We can't keep talking about the 1%. Stop. I was going to try to get through the whole comment, but I need y'all to understand. This is why I had to play that video and why I had to bring some context to what she's saying, because she's trying to twist Kevin Samuels' words. And she's making it like all he talks about is the 1%. It's not even the 1%. We're talking about the 10% of men making over 100K. And the reason he talks about the 10% is because y'all talking about the 10%. He didn't bring this up. Y'all brought this up because y'all keep saying 40K is not enough. Then when he says, okay, well, how much is enough? That lady said, I need a man making 6 figures. And he said, do you know how many people make 6 figures? You know what the percentage of men that make six figures in this country? She said about 5. If we'd have went by her number, she's already knocked off 95% of the population by saying, I don't want you. That was by her number. He gave her some grace and said, you know what? Nope, it's 10. By that standard, we've already knocked off 90% of men. Y'all cannot speak to me. The 90%. And then what he tells women is, listen, if you've already narrowed your margin to 10% of men, you haven't even accounted for the fact that out of those 10% of men, they have to live local. They have to be wherever you are. If you in little Cleveland, Ohio, you have to have a bunch of men making $100,000 living in Cleveland, Ohio. Gotta also be single. Out of that 10%, they have to be living in the state that you in. They have to be in the city you in. And they have to be single. Now, they have to be interested in you. So they have to be in your state. They have to be in your city. They have to be single. And then they have to honestly say, I want that. They have to want that woman that was on the screen. And he said, listen, you lowering your margins down so much to where you're probably going to have one person in your city that might come close to that. And y'all still might not even click. Because on top of the fact that they got to be in your city, they got to be in your state, they got to be single, and they got to want you, you got to want them too. It's too many variables against you. By you already in, Lord Jesus, we're not going to even get to the variable where you have a kid. So now this man who had to build himself up, this man who had to get in the top 10% of men, had to build himself up to that point, and he has to accept a 35-year-old woman with a kid. He has to accept a 35-year-old woman with a kid who had on a shit ton of makeup, eyelashes, and fake hair. And again, I tried to explain this to the women in the comments. I tried to tell her, because it's not me trying to bash or me trying to say something against her. What we're trying to just get y'all to understand is men have to make these decisions too. We got to pick a struggle a lot. We always have to do it. You cannot have a dime piece that you think you're gonna just swoop up and she's gonna be a housewife. You got to pick a struggle. If you're gonna try to get the top 10% of females who got the top 10% of natural bodies, in the top 10% of natural looks, oh baby, you gonna miss out on some stuff. She's probably gonna be conceded to the top because she's gonna have her pick of the litter of men. You're going to have to compete your ass off as a man for that woman hourly. She's going to constantly have men in her DM. You're going to have to compete. And if the shoe was on the other foot, I would say the same thing to a man. Listen, brother, you not even all that. Your money not all that. But you got the nerve to come here and say you want a dime. You want, who's a dime to me? You want Summer Walker in her prime. You want Stacey Dash in her prime. You don't even understand. You got to compete with London on the Track. You got to compete with Moneybag. You got to compete with the Migos. You're going to have to compete with freaking Captain America. You're going to have to compete with everybody. So you got to be in the top 10% of men. But then I will also say, listen, why don't we lower that down? Why she got to be a dime? Why can't you go for a good 7, 6, 7? Because now you open up your options. See, and we say that to men all the time and nobody bats a freaking eye. But the moment you say it to a woman, it's, oh my God, you trying to tell women to settle? No, what we're really trying to say is get on your level. Get on the level that you on and build and make the shit work. And too many females out here trying to force us, trying to tell us that you need to accept me as I am, accept what I come with, and just and deal with it. And you gotta like it, even though you had to work hard to get your fortune. You had to work hard to get your money. I want you to just take me, my kid, my body as is, and deal with it. This is crazy. This comment is crazy. I don't even want to get through the rest because she kept saying so much off the wall crazy stuff. And this is, she's even worse because she's 39 with 2 kids. And she had the audacity to say that he's trying to force females to live with something that they don't want to live with. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You can put whatever price on your car that you want to. I know we've been going on long, but I have to show this picture of the one, the only. Make sure I got this picture. Nia Long. I saw this picture on the Shade Room, and this caught my attention specifically for this topic because we got Nia Long at 25. We got Nia Long at 50. Both pictures look good. Let's state that because I don't want to be called a hater. Both pictures look good. But ain't nobody on God's green earth gonna tell me that Nia Long at 50 looks better than Nia Long at 25. God damn, Nia Long. Sheesh. I forgot how good she looked from Friday. Whoa. Man, she is gorgeous at 25. Oh my God. And yes, she's still pretty at 50. But ain't no man worth his salt gonna sit there and tell you that I choose 50 over 25. If you told a man you have the option to pick either, they both gonna be exactly the same. They both gonna have the exact same knowledge. They both gonna have the exact same personalities. They both gonna treat you exactly the same. And you got the choice to deal with 50 or 25. Which one you picking? And you got to understand that the reason this man gets this choice is because he had to work hard to get to where he is. And majority of women want that top 10% of women. 90% of women want that 10% of men. 90% of women want that 10% of men. So that 10% of men is going to be able to say, do I want this 50 Nia Long? Or do I want this 25 one? I asked a lady in the comments this who was 39. I said, do you honestly believe a man gonna look at you and say, do I want this 39-year-old 2-kid version of you? Or do I want the 24-year-old version of you? Forget his age, because he got options. He still has the option to deal with the 24-year-old version of you. When y'all think a man gonna say, no, I want the 39-year-old one with kids. Because she gonna be a little bit smarter and a little bit more sassier and a little bit more about her money. Oh baby, I got the money. I got the business on lock. I don't need more money. I don't need more business coming from my girl. I want my girl to be my piece away from the business. I need my girl to make my life easier outside of the business. I got that stuff. I'm gonna deal with that regardless. I don't need us both in this business. I need to be able to get away from that. And y'all keep trying to force men and tell us what we like, and we don't want that. And then what she does is she tried to tell me to get away from the 1%, but she kept going to the 1%. Well, the men, I've dated millionaires, and I know men that want bigger girls, and I know men, listen, that's fine. But I can guarantee you, if we living in reality, let's pull up Nia Long one more time, because God, I am Nia Long. Ain't no man gonna say, if he had the option, that I'm gonna choose that 50 over that 25. Nobody. And this is not me trying to be against women. This is not me trying to put down women. I love black women, but I need y'all to just understand that y'all got to get on our page the same way we got to get on y'all's. If I'm not rich, I cannot expect to just jump and get Nia Long at 25. I'll settle for 50 at under 100,000. I'll settle for 50. Because I don't believe I can even compete for the 25. I don't think I got it. I think I got the juice like that. That girl got options beyond my understanding. Way beyond. And I'm humble enough to say, fuck it, 50. Let's go. Let's go. I don't have them options like that. They coming. They coming. Right now, I take what I can get. Comment. Like the video. Subscribe. Let me know where I was right. Let me know where I was wrong. And as always, y'all know over here, we argue facts, not emotions. I'm out.